Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Real Estate Confidant School. I am your host, Mike Razor, here in New York City. Um, maybe that's what it is. Okay. I've been having a little trouble with the microphone, trying to figure this thing out, but I think we got it together. Once again, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Real Estate Confidant School. I am your host, Mike Razor. If you haven't checked out the website is therealestateconfidantschool.com. Sign up for membership is $14.95 a month. You have access to Q&As, to podcasts. I mean, all of our information will be up there, as well as private one-on-one consultations, one-on-one sessions, as well as um, private live chats where you'll get the code to ask questions, get answers, etc., etc. All right, as well as events, walkthroughs of properties, you name it, only for the members, ladies and gentlemen. And we also have our apparel section where you could purchase items. There's also the book section where you could purchase books. So check that out. Also follow us on Instagram at the Real Estate Confidant. Um, and what else? Twitter at Real Estate 4YO. Okay. So today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, is about foreclosures and how to find foreclosures. Okay. It'll be a pretty decent episode and whatnot. So hopefully you all have a pen and a pad, ready to go. Today is the raffle, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the raffle. Um, and one second. Yeah. And the winner, ladies and gentlemen, of the raffle is Samantha Canteen. Samantha Canteen is the winner of the $100 gift card. So congratulations, Samantha Canteen. All right, from North Carolina. She'll be receiving that this week. Like I said, if you guys are interested in the raffle, ladies and gentlemen, for the $100 gift card for new clothes, to help you with getting your license, et cetera, go ahead and send us a message. You could actually send us a message on YouTube if you're on YouTube watching this. If you're on Anchor or one of the podcasts, go ahead and send us a message. If you'll go to our Instagram, the Real Estate Confidant, at the Real Estate Confidant, you can send us a message there as well. All right. We pick one winner every month, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So let's get into it. Oh, also, really quickly, if you guys are working on building your credit, you don't know where to go to start this process, there's a company called 609creditrepair.com that actually has templates and what have you to help you with that process. They also have a group called the Awesome Life Group, awesomelifegroup.com, that'll help you with fixing your credit, rebuilding your credit as well. Okay, so you with them, you could do it on your own, or you could have them do it for you. Either way. Second thing, you have the Z Black Card, zblackcard.com/PTCE, where they give you trade lines. They work with you with business credit, various other aspects. They're not the best ones personally. I don't think they're the best company, but they're also an option. You could also go to We Management Services. They help you rebuild your credit as well. They move really fast. Where else? You could also go to get the trade lines. You could go to Ox Publishing. You could go to My Jewelers Club Card. You could go to what's the other places? Horizon Card Services, but Horizon only puts the trade line on I believe it's TransUnion. I think there's only on one bureau. What else? What other places? Um, there are various others. There are a lot, but I gave you a lot already. So check those out. See what they're talking about. And I like DSX Design because they're prompt. They reach out to you right away if you have a problem. On top of that, they it's $59 for the year, and it is you have to purchase one item from their store. Um, and then what they do is they check your credit for a minimum and maximum, and their minimum trade line is 5,000, and their maximum trade line, I believe, is $12,000. So that'll help you all leverage your credit to debt ratio on your credit report. Okay, all right, let's get into foreclosures real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you all are having a wonderful day. I'm actually recording not only the podcast, but also the YouTube live as well. This way I could kill two birds with one stone, if you understand what I mean. Um, and, you know, that's how we got to do it. Time is limited, and I have to show some properties and so on and so forth. Also, let me know what other um, questions you may have. You can send me a message. I'll do a video on it. Okay. Or I'll respond to your questions. Not a problem. So, all right. How to find foreclosures, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, what is a foreclosure? Okay. Basically, a foreclosure is a property that's in default. A mortgage has defaulted on the excuse me, a mortgagor has defaulted on their taxes, um, or whatever mortgage payments they have, and now they are under foreclosure or foreclosure, and so on and so forth, right? So the actual definition is the action of taking possession of a mortgage property when the mortgager fails to pay up their mortgage payments. That is the Google translation definition. So just for clarity for everybody. So the question is how to find foreclosures. You have pre-foreclosure, you have literally at the foreclosure, and then you have post foreclosure. So post foreclosure is like already bank owned properties. They call them REOs, real estate owned. And usually at this point, the property is represented by an agent who represents the bank. Um, that's the post. The pre-foreclosure is the property owner still owns the property, but owes a certain amount of debt on that property, and so on. On the foreclosure is right at the county steps, and people are bidding on the property to go ahead and purchase. Um, so those are the three different types, right? So um, in terms of finding the foreclosure, right? Um, the pre-foreclosures, what you could do is find a motivated seller. That's number one. Find a motivated seller. Negotiate the deal with the motivated seller. Pay the bank what they owe, um, which will then allow you to buy the property from the person. You could keep them as a tenant in that property, and they just pay you rent. Um, but you have to make sure there's equity left in the property when you're doing that negotiation. Okay. So I mean, literally, I mean, there may be liens on the property that you don't know about under foreclosure, and so on and so forth. So just be mindful of that. Even if you in mid for when you're going through to the courthouse and you're bidding, there still may be liens on the property during that time, right? But if you get the property on pre-foreclosure, say the property is worth $300,000, and the mortgager owes $50,000 for that matter, you could go ahead and purchase the property, transfer the deed into your name, and pay off the debt at $50,000. And now you are in for $250,000. So now you have equity in the property of $250,000. you have a tenant in the property that can pay the rent, and now you have a brand new property. But remember, always do your research, and you could find foreclosures like this on foreclosure.com. um no, excuse me, driving for dollars. Yeah, I guess you could find them on foreclosure.com as well. um and there's a site called listsource.com that you could go to, that'll give you the list of foreclosure properties with the names and so on and so forth. You could drive for dollars, go through neighborhoods, look for signs of abandoned properties, legal notices on the door. Maybe the grass in the in the lawn is overgrown. Maybe the siding is dirty. Like, you never know, right? Maybe there's mail or newspapers piling up at the front of the door. This is how you know. And a lot of times, from my experience, there's been situations where I found foreclosed properties, right? But this is post foreclosure, so this is Rios, et cetera, right? And the bank owned them, and the property was in terrible shape. It was like clothes were everywhere, furniture was everywhere, mail was everywhere. I mean, you name it. Um, Pre-foreclosure properties, if you reach out to the tenants at the time, you'll be able to find some. If not, then you reach out to the county or the bank that holds the mortgage for that particular property. Okay, you could do that. You could go to the county's website and find out who owns the property and get in touch with them. It also tells you, I think it also could, if you get the right list, it also tells you which bank has the mortgages is under as well. Okay. So if you are doing post foreclosure, right? Post foreclosure, you don't have to worry about liens uh, for post foreclosure. Post foreclosure is the bank owned, the liens are already taken off, et cetera, et cetera. So all you have to worry about now is going, looking at the property, seeing if it's a good deal, and purchasing a property from the bank, doing great negotiation, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. It will be, you could find those on, the MLS. You could find them. Um, if you go to bank websites, sometimes the banks will have the list of properties that are on their books. You just have to ask for that particular website to go to get that information. Um, so you want to, hopefully you guys are writing this stuff down. So you could go to various banks, call them up on the phone, Google, real estate owned by banks, et cetera, et cetera. And this will help you out to get you to that next level, to get you to that first bank owned property. Um, when I there was some bank owned properties that were actually really nice, because they have to, um not in the interior but the exterior, they have to keep up the look, or else the bank will get fined, um from the county, for not keeping up, like the lawn, et cetera, et cetera. So if somebody owns, for example, owns that property, and the it looks terrible on the outside, where the grass is growing, there's like all kinds of animals, in the forest, in there, um and if somebody calls the county, or the county assessor drives through or something like that, they'll see it and they'll go ahead and find the person that owns it. And if it's the bank, they'll go ahead and find the bank. There's also times where people just abandon the properties, right? Because they just can't afford it anymore. And things like pipes bursting in the wintertime, and issues with electrical end up happening, and the bank has to come in and take care of all of that. So I've seen that happen as well. Beautiful house in Bloomfield, New Jersey, in a beautiful neighborhood, great school district, not far from the train. If someone who worked in New York City wanted to live out there, they would be able to do it. It was a duplex property. Um, it had what ended up happening was, the gentleman who lived in the property, abandoned the property because his wife passed away. He lost his job. He couldn't afford the mortgage any longer, so he left. Uh, a year and a half to 2 years went by. The pipes burst because usually if you're not utilizing the pipes, you have to get the pipes winterized, or else the water will freeze in the pipes and burst the pipes. Okay. It ended up creating a flood in the basement, and the water went over to the neighbor's house. The neighbor then called the 311 number. People came in, did what they did, and then the bank had to uh, get all the water out, had to fix the foundation, and you name it. So when we went to look at the property, there was still a mildew line across the basement wall. But the great thing about that was there was an exit, there was an entrance, there were windows, and there was a bathroom in the basement, which meant that it could be a legal. It was able to be a legal apartment, which told me that I would be. They were selling it for 149.9 when the price for that property was worth over $300,000, right? Um, so not only was I going to get two incomes, which were for the first two units, I was also going to get, once renovated, I was going to get a third income for the basement being rented as well. So we're talking about in Bloomfield, New Jersey, the first two units would be around $1,200 a month rent because of the size, and the basement unit would probably be rented for 850. So you do the numbers, 2,400 plus 850. You know, um, so you're making around uh, a little bit over $3,000 a month. Sorry about this. This screen keeps uh, flipping on me. So not only did you get equity in the property, you got a major equity position in the property. Your rents, of over $3,000 a month in total is going to take care of whatever mortgage you add to that 149. You know what I mean? The only thing was the mortgage company I was working for at the time was trying to give me a balloon loan. That was the only issue that I had. So be mindful, ladies and gentlemen. Pre-foreclosure, middle foreclosure, post foreclosure. If you find a bank-owned property on an MLS, congratulations. If Make sure you do your numbers. Make sure you do everything right. Like I always say, go to the biggerpockets.com/calc website. Let me type it in here. Um, this way, and for those that are on the podcast, it's biggerpockets.com /calc. All right. This way, you'll have that information. Um, and then send us an email at info at the real estate confidant school. Com. Send us an email if you have questions, if you are curious about some things, how things work. We have our 22 and a half hour license renewal school is that is being worked on right now. Okay. We also have one-on-one consultation. We also do speaking engagements. Speaking engagements are negotiable. So email us if you're interested in us speaking to your class, speaking to your school, speaking to your nonprofit organization um, about real estate, about investing, about growth, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, check out foreclosure.com if you're interested in foreclosures. Um, and take a look at listsource.com as well, if you're interested in that. The other ways that you could find properties is go to the county clerk's office, and get the documentation on the deeds, who owns the deeds in the county for that particular property, et cetera, et cetera. Um, I believe you could also find out what the taxes, if they owe taxes, et cetera, on the properties as well. Okay. Um, this way it'll be easier for you. Okay. And you could definitely, if you go to auction.com, auction is another one. Um, Auction.com is another one that allows you to bid on properties that are under foreclosure or pre-foreclosure, or and what have you. Okay, this is going to give you the upper hand, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're real estate agents, this is an amazing opportunity for you, because what you could do then is you could reach out to the banks, let them know that you're a real estate agent. Um, what's the process regarding listing one of their properties on their books. See, the thing is this, ladies and gentlemen, banks don't want real estate on their books. The reason why is because they're losing money. Not only are they losing money, but not only are they losing money monthly on the taxes and fees, they also have no tenants in the property, so they're not seeing monthly income come back in. They don't want these properties on their books. They want to sell these properties and get them out the way. They want to put someone under a mortgage so that now they could be making money from the property instead of the property being a liability. If you know anything about liabilities and assets, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, rich dad, poor dad, ladies and gentlemen. Asset versus liability, ladies and gentlemen. Asset versus liability. All right. Um, yeah. So that's going to be the show for today, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen, remember, knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is a portfolio, ladies and gentlemen. And you want a portfolio. All right. Remember, go to the website, therealestateconfidantschool.com. Go ahead and check out the website, look over it. Become a member. It's $14.99 right now. It's on sale. We have the podcast, we have the videos, et cetera, conferences. Um, Once you sign up, you will receive an email with the password to unlock all the videos and all the updated videos and so on and so forth. Right, the Q&As and everything. All right, all right. That's going to be it for the day, ladies and gentlemen. I love you. Mwah. I'll be talking to you soon. Peace.